This is your buddy, Mr. Research, helping my community grow in intellectual knowledge, well read knowledge, well traveled knowledge. So, stepping my big toe into politics uh, with wild news here, in addition to teaching you how policy and politics work so that my black males can get more empowered and not be so regional in how they look at power. I am the most honest OSHA black conservative you know. OSHA is a cultural creation that I have devised. Um, Slavery, Holocaust Americans have a very different uh, history than somebody that just moved here in 1999, somebody that was just born recently in 2005, uh, somebody who has immigrant parents. It's a totally different uh, trauma that we have dealt with, kind of like the Slavics, kind of like the Gypsies. Um, we have a totally different thing. So I'm going to be addressing a lot of politics, but I'm going to be extremely honest. So let's start here with me. I am a conservative, but I am not a Republican. I am a conservative, original conservative. I am not a new conservative. I am not a new conservative Reaganite. Reagan was originally a Dixiecrat. Reagan was originally one of those types of people blocking my people from going to school. Wake that up. So I am the most honest, well read, history driven conservative you will ever bump into. What I plan to do is hold these conversations because I am from the block. I've shot the guns just like you. Uh, the pineapple, the Nisha, the Thai, all that stuff just like you. Everything you've done on the block, I've touched down just like you. Now I'm in corporate, now I'm in the office space. So my level of the conversation has to be different. Also, I'm going to speak in code because what happens is when you got a black face and you trying to talk power and help your people, people will try to weaponize that against you personally. You feel me? So you're going to have me speak a lot in code. If you're from the block, you will be able to decipher, from small hat to mayonnaise people to, them over there, anti-black, you understand. The reason being is because politically what happens is when you start trying to help your people like this, you got to have lawyer protection. You got to have lawyer protection because these knuckleheads will try to come after you just for being honest. And because I have dark skin, I'm telling you how it is. If there's no financial protection, lawyer protection, it's a long summer. It's a long summer. So with all that said, I'm also going to be helpful as a solution. You don't have to do it. This option is for you. A lot of you don't understand the bills and referendums that are in your county. You need somebody to explain it to you. Don't just watch the TV commercials. Don't do none of that. Send me $40. Cash at me $40. Send me. I'll do 4 of them for $40. Send me 4 of the bills or policies in your area that you're concerned with. I will research them for you. I will dig into the details to see if there's any pork attached to it. See, that's a term you may not be familiar with. I will research who authored the bill, who created it, who's the underwriter for the bill, and who is supporting the bill. And then when I contact you back, I'm going to break down for you the history of all these people, what they've done before, what that bill is really saying as it relates to the foundational community, foundational Black community, and then I'm going to let you decide. My job is not to sway you one side or the other. It is simply to provide you clear-cut information, longevity information, whether it's a short-term bill pretending to be a long-term bill, or whether it is truly a long-term bill. I'm breaking all that down for you. So with that said, you have just met SEELAYTRAY, the most honest, foundational, born Black conservative you will ever meet. Remember, don't register as Democrat or Republican. The strongest thing to do is for all of us to be registered as independent. It will force both parties to publicly make promises. And you need publicly made promises for anything to be held to the fire. You don't believe me? I hear you. Jimmy Carter had a bill in 1979 to help Black people. Black people didn't read it and didn't understand it. And they helped Reagan get elected. Reagan then turned around and passed 4 policies against Black men personally. That's how much you have to read the stuff. Roy Barnes tried to help Georgia. Georgia was blue at one point in time. Georgia was not always red. He tried to help Black folks. The teachers turned against him. It's never been the same. California, since the days of Governor Reagan, has always been a red state. But people will lie to you now that Gavin is here and call it Democrat ran. That's a lie. All these policies you see that have messed up, going back from the days of Pete Wilson. Again, I know a lot of political history. They've been messing it up. And tech is the reason why California is so jacked up. Now let's get to crime. Because of jail expansion, Reagan's idea to lock up citizens for profit, I'm being honest, he and later Clinton, who put jail expansion on steroids, officers go after money crimes more than they go after the people who smash and break into stuff. Let me say it again. Because of the jail expansion policy, officers over the past 2 decades go more so after money crimes than actual crimes. Have you ever asked yourself, why does a person with no insurance on their car stay in jail for longer and do more time when they're convicted than a person who went into Walgreens and blatantly stole a bunch of makeup and walked right past the security guard? Or a person who went into the meat section of a grocery store, stole a whole bunch of beef and walked right out? Why does that person get less time than the money crime of no insurance? Shouldn't the no insurance just get a ticket like people used to get in the 60s and 70s and 80s? Here's why. Because we value money crime more than we value real crime. Money crime, we get a 3-fer. Matter of fact, I'll explain that to you another time. This is just an intro to the most honest, foundational ADOS Black conservative you will ever meet. Let's talk politics.